Okay, hello everyone. We're here for another session and learning these exercises about being more centered and grounded in ourselves, allowing the world to drift away, not have to refer to anything happening outside for a short period of time, and see what we're made of when we take all that away. And my experience is that we're made of peace, silence, love, all of those things that we all wish to be, we actually already are. But the things from the world impinge on that, and we start narrowing our own possibilities of what we can be. So these exercises are to help us go back to that by first becoming collected in the body through the use of the signals that the body itself creates, and back to our basic sensing of ourselves. This sensing consists of temperature change, feelings in the endings of the nerves, various parts of our body, our little personal tics and tensions that we hold. So we're going to move into these and not allow the daily track-keeping mind to interfere any more than it absolutely must, by not naming these, by just as though we were a CCTV camera looking and seeing without comment. There's no soundtrack to this. So we start out with deep relaxation, and as we learn this over time, I guarantee you this 10-minute part of the exercise, as we move along, can be reduced to a minute or two, because you'll learn how to get there very quickly. In fact, after you have worked at it for some time, different things for different people, of course, you can get there in a breath. Come to absolute stillness in a breath. And that is the direction we're going with this, which it means that this process of becoming stillness becomes a tool in your life. If you are in a situation where you need some space, instead of having to leave the room, you just let it go. No one will even notice. And then you can deal with the situation in the moment. You won't have to remember something. You'll be there. You'll know exactly what to do. Okay, here we go. We start with this exercise by visualizing our body as full of some liquid right up to the top of the scalp. And then we put our attention at the top of the scalp. And we feel whatever's going on there. A little tension, a little twinge. I have the windows cracked in the room so I can feel the air just slightly moving through the hairs on the top of my head, the few that are left. As well as other parts of the body. But the attention, the thrust, the focus, at this point is the top of the head, the scalp. And I'm sensing a little warmth across the temples. Now, with every breath, and your own breath cycle can work with this, you don't have to speed up. Slowing down would be better if you feel more comfortable. And that's about the speed of my cycle. So with every breath, we can let the level of that liquid fall a little bit. Let's say ½ inch. So that moves the level of attention to just above the top of the ears. Above the top of the ears and just above the eyebrows. And I let go of any tensions that I'm feeling there by breathing them out. Is as good a metaphor as any. And I let them drop another ½ inch until I have the tops of the ears in my field. And I can feel a little air, the warmth, the slight difference between the top of the ear and the hair on the scalp. Just a little. There's a definition there. And I guess as I get down into the tops of the ears and the eyes, there are so many small muscles in the face. I'm bound to feel something that I can feel as differentiated from the rest. For instance, the forehead, which now has been pretty relaxed, and there's no furrow in my brow. And notice wherever any attention lies, not quite down far enough to feel it in the top of the jawbone behind the ear, but we are far enough down to notice around the bottom of the eye, the tops of the cheekbones. For me, there's always a little tension in this area. Squinting, maybe. A little tension kept there. And we drop another ½ inch. And bring in the muscles behind the ear, top of the jaw, moving down. The muscles under the nose, upper lip. Just letting go. Just learning where these things are. We generally don't pay attention. Yet this is the house we live in. Okay, I notice further down the jaw now, the lips, the tongue. Move your tongue around a little bit, maybe touch the roof of your mouth. Let it lie quietly in the bottom of the mouth. Keep the jaw muscles relaxed. Relax the chin. we're getting back to the nape of the neck, those muscles that run up the neck and down into the shoulders. We can let them go. And you can feel and sense a little more quietude, a little stillness. If the mind wants to wander off like a little child, just give it a little smile and say, come back, let's do this. There's plenty of other time for everything else. We've just set aside this little bit here for some internal investigation. Okay. Now we're down the neck, the esophagus, the Adam's apple, the tops of the shoulders, last time we went down the arms as one. This time we'll go down the chest and come back up and do the arms after. So taking a breath, feeling the expansion, the diaphragm and the upper chest in the sternum. If your shoulders are slumped forward, you could allow them to move back. Find yourself sitting up a little straighter. Feel that as a relaxed movement, not a tension. This is where they would like to be, most likely. You feel the upper back moving into that comfort. And if it's not, if there's a little tinge of pain or something, try not, just look at it with as objective a viewpoint as you can muster. Going, oh, well, was that there before? Well, maybe not. Maybe doesn't really matter. All those little things kind of come and go. And right now we're moving down into the diaphragm. I know we generally don't have a very conversant relationship with our organs, but we can start now. Sense the kidneys, right and left. The liver off to the left. The stomach. Becoming more and more gathered. Having given the mind this task of observing, hopefully it's quieted down for you. Okay. Now we will move the attention back up to the top of the spine. And slowly allow the level of fluid, the relaxation, to move down both arms as though they were one. Into the upper arms, the biceps, all the muscles of the upper arm. moving slowly down toward the elbow. Muscles in the lower arm moving downward, relaxing. Weight of your hands either hanging from your sides or lying on your lap. Feel, sense the position, location of the thumb, fingers in relation to each other. And then, as though the tips of the fingers were drains, just allow any tension to run down the arms and out the tips of the fingers. And any tension that's reestablished itself in the head and upper body, let that run out through the fingers too. So we'll sit for a couple of moments and enjoy this quiet state. Really be present to this quiet state. Because the quiet state itself, in it, is joy. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. Just sitting here. And now we'll go to the second part of the exercise. Or return my attention. This time to the solar plexus, the center of the chest. My spiritual heart, if you will. And from the solar plexus, I'm going to direct the right arm to fill with sensation, starting at the shoulder, moving down the upper arm, the forearm into the hand. As much of my attention as possible is now in the right arm. And when I have reached what I feel to be the capacity for now, I take a breath and I send the words silently to myself, I am, into the right arm. Bring the attention, energy, sensation back to the solar plexus. Gather it there and send that energy, sensation, breath into the right leg. filling the right leg. Most of my attention is there. When I have gathered as much as I can with the breath and the energy and the sensation, I send the words, I am, into the right leg. Bring the attention back to the solar plexus. Gather the energy, the sensation, and send that to the left leg. Now, all of that, bearing the words, I am, into the left leg. Gather the energy now again in the solar plexus. The right arm becomes the vessel. I send the energy, the sensation, on the breath into the right arm. Sit with this for a moment. And to complete this exercise, I gather the attention, sensation, back in the solar plexus. And with the words, I am, send it to the entire body on the exhale. Thank you. I hope that you found something in this. And as I was saying before we started, that the more you do it, the more it becomes a part of you, the more it can become a tool for your daily life. The more you can tune in to this vastness of who we are and all the connections that we've lost touch with, living in the busy world. Some of you will be happy to have just the physicality of this added, the relaxation ability, the ability to maybe be a little more calm and collected. For others, you might see something a little more that you might want to go after. Whichever way it works, I'm hoping it's a benefit. And thank you for watching.